Friends, fans, fellow fantasy footballers, welcome to the Rico Suave Late Night Show, Halloween edition, everyone's favorite episode of the podcast. My name is Rico Suave, and here I'm joined with Red Angry Bird, Charizard, and Buddy the Elf. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Red Angry Bird.
Charizard.
Alright, let's start this off like we've started everything, and let's talk about what's going on in this league that you guys play in, the Rico Suave Fantasy Football League. How did last week go for you guys?
Well, as for myself, Rico, it wasn't too good. And thanks for having us on the show for the third straight year.
Absolutely. You're my favorite guest.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah, not so good for me this week. I lost to the Ohio native Matthew W. Degnan. Probably the worst loss. No, worst person to lose to, but not my worst loss of the season. What about you guys? You gonna talk?
Huh?
Yeah.
Red Angry Bird. You can go.
No, you can go.
Okay. I did really good, and I like my team a lot, Rico. And that's all I have to say about it, or else I'll be burned at the stake.
Yep.
Hey Rico, fellow listener, first time caller here. My team is up and down like we've always said it was. It's either 150 or bust, and I busted this week. Busted hard. To the busters.
That's a shame to hear.
I got double busted.
You did get double busted. And something interesting to bring up about this Busters thing is they were 1-5 going into the week, and they have like some type of history I've heard from you guys about after going 1-5, like good things happen to them.
They go on a winning streak. They don't lose after that. Until the playoffs.
You read the book?
Yeah, I read the book that John published. It's called The Constitution. Inside the League.
That was the Constitution that I wrote.
Yeah.
The new book is
Oh, you have a new book?
Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. Anyway, I was checking on, I was doing my research, obviously, because I'm a great guy, and I saw that Cereal Boys are playing the Big Busters this week. Should they be nervous about this matchup?
Yeah, I mean, the history shows it. I hate to keep repeating this, but the Busters are a menace after that sixth week.
That week 6. That's like a Wednesday for them. As soon as they get around.
They ramp up and they're ready for the weekend Friday. The Bender. Yeah. I'd say week 14 in the regular season is their Sunday, and then boom, Monday in the playoffs.
Yep.
They bust,
It
but
should have been a gamble.
Yeah, there's a lot of animosity going into this Cereal Boys Busters matchup here. One of the highlights of the week, Cereal Boys are just perennially one of the games of the week. Not to spoil anything. But, the Busters, they talk a lot of shit for where they're at. And Cereal Boys kind of got in the way of that train and kind of meet them at a bad time, so that's going to be fun to watch this week.
That's a great thing to hear. Anyway, so we jumped around a little bit, but what's going on with the scores in the rest of the league this week? Who won? Who lost? And let me hear about the Ohio native and all that.
Mr. Ohio native coming up with the Dubskis against the Comish. Boo. You stink. Ohio stinky. It was a bad matchup, 91-75.
Fucking horror.
Those two scores basically sums up what it's like to live in Ohio.
Yep.
The Busters versus the Wizzies, 149-86. It's just an absolute dogging.
Routing. Yeah.
So nothing to say there. Although Busters are on the come up, they're on the rise, they're hot, they're getting hot. Mudrats versus Moorhead. Battle of the brothers. Mudrats take it.
Shocking, right?
Younger wins.
Did not expect that.
118-108, and then the second brother matchup, the Feeders versus Ophir. The younger takes it again.
Wow. The rise of the younger brothers, huh?
Well, you know what they say. Think about it. LaMelo Ball is the best NBA player.
That is true.
Out of the 3.
And Amon Ra here. Older brother, isn't he?
He sucks.
And he sucks, and Amon Ra's in the NFL.
What's his name? Osiris?
Osiris is older, yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. University versus Cereal Boys, 164-8.
That's a tough week for the
Cereal Boys can't really do much more there.
fought hard.
The university hasn't put up less than like 150 in the past like 3 weeks. So
been a good stretch.
Are you looking to
Are you looking to continue that stretch?
Hey, I hope so.
Hey, I hope so.
Right. And that's all you can really say about
Well,
that.
it doesn't matter.
Well, it doesn't matter because
Looking ahead to next
week's matchup,
Frank
Frank is already forfeited.
So
I think he's gonna bust the seams.
The university is already 8-0, folks.
Whoa.
Wow, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
I didn't know we allowed forfeits. I'll have to recheck the Constitution.
No, it's not.
There's no constitutional law.
Relax.
Oh, there is. He's kicked out.
Last matchup, Campers versus Marauders. Campers have been quietly good. We always shit talk them because why would you not?
Yeah.
They've been quietly climbing up the ranks. And they beat the Marauders. The Marauders are right now in second place, which doesn't make much sense to me. But
I think they're more like the Marauders because this team is looking not good for being a second place team. I mean, they are projected like 100 points every fucking week now. I mean, there's plenty of teams I would take over them,
hard fall.
including every single person sitting here. So I think they're the Marauders, and they're going to fall off.
It reminds me of Jimmy G, man. He just knows how to win. He knows how to win.
It's true.
Like I said
A few weeks ago on the podcast, the RSL podcast,
the
the
GM
of the Marauders, he's a system GM.
Regular season system.
He can't
Somebody else drafts his team. He's got like a rat under his hair.
Yeah.
And
They draft the team, and then he just runs it and
runs it into the
ground. Frankly,
that's what I think.
the bigger storyline of that matchup is. I don't think the Campers scored a pedestrian amount of points. Good for them. It's a hard thing to accomplish for them recently. But
it's more about
the Marauders and their lack of scoring lately. It's
getting to them.
It's getting to them. They're still up there in points for, but they have a few weeks that really inflate them.
Yeah.
I mean,
what
150 and 170 they scored. So
Yeah.
I want to be fair.
here because I could already see the news headlines from Marauder camp being like Justin Jefferson and Michael Williams. They're all dead.
it's a dead-on impression, by the way.
Yeah.
For those of you that haven't met the GM,
He's from Italy. I can already hear it.
Yeah.
He's Italian.
we have other managers that have done more with less. So
Probably got
for him to come out and complain about that, I don't think it makes much sense. You can wallow all you want, but at the end of the day, results are results.
Valid. Anyway, was that the last matchup of the week?
That was the last matchup.
So then let's go into what's going on with the Marauders this week. Who they're playing, and should we expect another loss for them?
They're playing the Wizzies.
Ooh.
Wizzy's coming off a bust week.
Yeah, big bust week. But we know what happens after a bust for the Wizzies.
Well, it's either you never know. It's like paralysis or sleep in Pokemon. It could be one turn, it could be 3 turns. You never know.
Yeah.
So right now the projections are 111 to 89.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. The Marauders are projected 89.7. I checked the lineup, and nobody's out in his lineup.
Oh my fuck.
No,
Somebody is out.
Brock Purdy's out.
Brock Purdy's out.
You know what? He's questionable.
He's questionable. He's projected 0.
That's why.
Brock Purdy's out. He has Jared Goff on the bench, so he's projected 105.
What happened to Brock Purdy?
Concussion. After he's 82 games, they're going to say that he has a concussion.
It's actually not good for me. I didn't know that. Anyways. Actually, it might be good for me. Who cares? Ofer versus the Mud Rats. The Mud Rats are projected 120.
We gotta pick the Wizards wrong.
No, I'm picking the
Yeah.
Wizzies.
I'm also gonna go with the Wizzies.
Yeah, after hearing that projection, it's really hard to go with the Marauders. Clock, that's gonna hurt them, but you know.
I'm picking the Wizzies.
I'm picking the Wizzies, and I think even if the Wizzies do have one more bust week in them, I think that's still enough to beat the Marauders. So.
Well, Papa bless.
Hell yeah.
Ofer versus Mud Rats. Mud Rats projected 120. Ofer projected 112. I mean, he's named Ofer for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Mud Rats.
Yeah, Rico,
I'm not sure if you follow the scores and what's going on. I'm sure you do, but
A little bit. I try to keep up. Yeah.
What do you think Ofer means? Just like off the top.
Off the top of my dome, like 047 maybe.
That's actually exactly it. And I see them being Ofer.
Oh.
Definitely.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
You know,
Professor.
this is a tough
spot for me.
I kind of like to
pick the underdog if you haven't noticed.
Except for
my frauders.
And
the agency,
Ofer,
whatever you want to call them, they're.
I feel like this
is a get-right game for them.
Mudrat's
record is completely overblown. I don't think they should be where they are.
The team's just not
strong enough.
Kareem Hunt
might not play this week, who was a Band-Aid patch RB2 for the Mudrats anyways, so
find another one.
Find another one.
Another Band-Aid for the Band-Aid for the
Probably another Tyler Algier bust week.
Whenever the
Mudrats start Tyler Algier, he
doesn't do anything.
And when they bench him, he does great.
So I see something like that happening
again this week, and I think this is a get-right game for the agency. Kind of salvage the season. Ofer, sorry.
Whatever their name is.
I'm
gonna
pick Ofer this week. I think we get a 1-7, and the name changes back.
Wrong.
Yeah, I think it's surprisingly close. Ofer's 112. That's like a pretty good projection for that team, and not looking so good for the Mudrats. And I have this kind of gut feeling that's nothing. I don't know if anyone's ever said this before, but I'm Rico Suave, my own man, and I think I'm ride or die agency for the rest of the season, and so I'm picking the agency this week.
That's good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reasons to be. I have Mudrats because Ofer has zero. And I think they will continue to have zero.
And 4 is bigger than 0.
Yeah, that's a good point, Enzo.
What's the next match?
Moorhead versus University.
Is that the game of the week?
Just skip this, please. This is such horseshit.
Oh, okay. It's not the game of the week.
It's such a dumb game. I'll pick the University 146 to 136.
Why do you think it's a dumb game?
Huh?
Why do you think it's a dumb game, man?
Because.
Every game, we love every game, we watch every game.
Yeah.
Because. First of all, last week, this guy at the University, man.
He was complaining
all first half of the 1 p.m. games. He's like, my team sucks. What happened? I had 0
He was in a
points.
bad mood. He was
Curled
up in a ball in the corner,
What
pissed off.
happened?
Yeah.
And then
20 minutes later,
oh
oh my god,
158. How did that happen?
Yeah. He looked away from his phone. He went outside to throw the ball around, and about 10 minutes left in all of the 1 o'clock games, his team went from being projected 119 points to scoring 160. So, I mean,
it's the same
story every week. It's the same freaking.
Can't write it up any
different.
Basically,
he's scripted just as the NFL is scripted. He got leaked scripts for $100 off the Discord server. So I take the University.
I want
to defend myself a little bit here.
Yeah, of course.
I can admit it was a little
overblown
how I acted
during the first half of those 1 p.m. games.
But I think we're all
victim to that sometimes. The first thing I saw from my team in the 1 p.m. game was Josh Allen throwing an undercut pick,
and it just got me
off on the wrong foot.
Even though it was against
my New England Patriots,
mixed feelings there.
But sometimes
you
just get started on that wrong foot.
Your team just
slowly see the projections start going down and down and down. And even though it was ultimately only at 120, which is a lot for some of the teams in this league, like Ofer and the Mudrats. Maybe that's a good week for them, but
we don't strive
for that here at the University, okay?
And
I wanted greatness out of my team, and I hadn't seen it
for
those 35 some odd minutes, and
it sucked for a little
bit, and then I was very, very happy.
Just be glad your team still has a 4.0 GPA.
Nice. That was
3.0
over here, baby.
We're right in the middle.
Right in the middle. That's what we strive for. Average.
A's and B's.
Who's picking?
Picking the University.
Oh, really?
I feel like the Craven Moorhead, they're like the Steelers here. They have everyone play down to their level. It's always a close game here. And with that being said, I'm picking the University anyway.
I'd probably take the agency too.
Yeah. Listen, for the sake of Craven Moorhead, this man, he's had some heartbreaking losses here. He's been really upset recently. He's always talking about points for, points against, and how much heartbreak his team goes through. So for the sake of Craven Moorhead, I'm taking Craven Moorhead.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
One more thing about it.
You reminded me.
Frank is the biggest proponent. Craven Moorhead, that is, about my points against. He's my biggest detractor in that aspect. I do have the least points against, although not by far anymore. The bottom feeders are slowly creeping up on that title.
So I want to issue a challenge to
Craven Moorhead,
and I want to let him
prove it. I want to let him be the change he wants to see in the world. How about you put up some points this week and inflate my scores a little bit?
Good.
Very good.
I'm looking forward to seeing what he has to say.
So I think Craven Moorhead has a good chance to perform the rest of the season because he had his head up in the clouds. He's a Phillies. He's a big Phillies fan. Phillies were one game away from going to the World Series. They lost last night.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
No more baseball to watch. Pure focus on fantasy football.
Oh yeah.
I think he's going to give you a run for your money. So all that smack talking might be coming back to bite your little tail over there, Mr.
I'm
bringing back shit talk to this league.
Everybody's been
scared. Everybody hates the idea of voodoo.
I'm bringing it back. I'm being the heel
that this league needs.
I respect it. It's like the second coming.
I respect it too.
You're like Noah's farm.
It's a good one.
Where were we? We just talked about the university for 7 years. Feeders versus Teresa. Feeders projected 111. Brother Teresa projected 126 I actually have the Feeders
With the upset.
coming with the upset. Brother Teresa is a little knocked up. He put up a bad week. I think it's possible that he continues that bad week coming up again this week, just because Tyreek Hill is questionable now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I think he's going to be fine and he'll play. But depending on how serious the injury is, it could definitely affect his pointage. And he's put up 91 last week. So I think there's a reason that happened. So I think it continues. I'll take the upset and I'll take the Feeders.
Yeah. Listen, I saw a reporter talk to Tua today, and Tua was speaking as if Tyreek wasn't going to play, which is weird. He was like, we're going to have to figure out how to run this offense without him, which is a weird thing to say, a scary thing to say. So
Waddle is also questionable.
Mostert. Yeah. So this offense looks like it's falling apart.
And Durham Smythe.
I don't know that.
Okay.
He is just as big a piece of that offense.
Yeah.
Fair.
But if I'm Brother Teresa, I'm a little bit nervous this week. If anything, maybe Hill doesn't play to his fullest, because he got hurt on that last play of the game, so we actually don't really know what's going on with him. But he went to the Blue Medical Tank. So for that reason, I'm taking the what the fuck are they named? The Feeders. Yeah, I'm taking the bottom Feeders.
Yeah, I see there's being a stinker matchup here. Low scoring.
Yeah.
That's what I'm projecting here. I'm going to go ahead and pick the Feeders here. Because, if Tyreek Hill is hurt or not playing, I don't think they have much of a chance, really. That's the number one pick. Of course, they won't have a chance.
The Feeders have
pretty good
matchups.
It's just
his running backs that have been killing him, but Christian Kirk's been awesome. Laporta's been awesome. Devontae's been awesome. Nico Collins should have a bounce back game. Starting Waller. I think a lot of more targets are just going to go to his team.
These are the games that the Beefeaters just
find a way to win.
These little slog fests. Their opponents haven't been playing that well. It shows in their points against. Shouts out Christian. I'm with you, brother. But I gotta use against you if they're gonna use it against me. It's a good thing for you. So I think they're gonna pull out the W here. Not in university style, but in Beefeater style. I think something like 108 to 103.
That's what I was thinking.
Very good.
Scraping the bottom.
Moving on. What do we got?
Dingleberries versus the concentration campers.
Must win week.
Must win.
Must win.
If you don't win, are you in panic mode?
Yes.
Yes. I'll be 3-5 if I do not win. But we will win. Because we'll be 4-4 next week. I saw the future. It's happening.
Hell yeah.
I just need everyone to score points, and I need all their people to not score points. That's what happened for Matt last week, and that's what's going to happen for me this week.
I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Score points.
You know, let me write that. Score points. Opponents.
Nothing. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
I think we got a chance here this week. 130, blown out of proportion here. I mean, Zach Moss has been great and all. Like, when is the week where he's phased out?
Well, last week he only got 7.
You only got 7 carries?
Yeah.
And he's
He got
protected
7
11
points.
this week.
He got 7 points.
Yeah, he's protected 11 here.
We still have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather just...
swap one for.
Yeah, that's true.
He did get 18 carries last week.
JT?
And I think Jonathan Taylor also got 18.
They both are getting 30. They're getting 36
They're
running.
combining for 36 attempts.
I mean,
Jeez.
Moss
That was a high scoring game.
Moss has
Yeah.
been so good. I mean, how could you not? Like, I know they want to phase JT back in like that, but how do you phase Moss out? He's just been so freaking useful.
That's true. I hope that limits their upside because that's literally
I think it
what
will.
they're doing. I hope it actually works this week when I'm playing him.
You know who's been killing it though? Josh Downs, baby.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, anyway, I'm taking the Dingleberries. That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
Yep, Dingleberries.
Yep, Dingleberries. Even though, all right.
Gotwood.
I'm also taking the Dingleberries.
Thanks, brother.
Okay.
Gotwood.
Game
of the week.
Game of the week.
Game of the week.
Gatwa.
Cereal Boys versus Busters.
Rivalry.
It's a new
Oh,
rivalry.
yeah,
Fresh
that's
to the
fine.
league.
Yeah.
Is this our first rivalry? Dan just said that.
Well, the brotherly rivalry.
Yeah, the brotherly leagues exist.
But
This is like a first like
No
This
blood.
is
We hate
a
each other.
fresh rivalry that just sort of was born.
Could be blood at some point in the future, though.
Yeah,
Not out of the question.
potentially November 25th.
potentially. Anyway, we've got the Cereal Boys projected 152.7 and the Busters projected 122.6. Listen, what's going on in the boys this week? Hawkinson got hurt, and he was held out of practice, so we're a little bit nervous on the tight ends. Olave got arrested, and we don't really know what's going on with him. So there are some question marks on the team, but
I think everybody's gonna be just fine. You get a lot of good
yeah,
matchups.
there's enough depth, some good matchups here, and I think the Cereal Boys pulled this one off.
Yeah, great matchups. Hawkinson, he had a big game last week, so he's just a little sore, he's a little tired.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, I mean,
It's Cereal Boys all the way.
And we'll see.
And we'll see. Might have to have the officials step in. Might get a little chippy at some point. Might get a little.
We're gonna need officials on the field that day.
We're gonna need Matt with a whistle.
This is a big week for the Busters. Talked a lot on the Cereal Boys and the GM Dan. I'm a clown for his opinion said on the podcast.
Crazy.
I just want to
reiterate whatever is said on the podcast. We are not liable for it.
No,
Okay?
no.
This is purely for entertainment. You know,
I know some of you get
butthurt.
talking to Connor
here.
Yeah, wait, I got something to say. You know, because I'm Suave, I'm Rico Suave, I'm not Dan, and I'm sorry Dan couldn't be here with us.
Yeah, no, it's unfortunate.
Yeah,
He
but
always cancels these things.
yeah, it's fucked up. But I think this crew is really important to the league for just sort of storytelling and creating storylines and excitement around all these matchups. And sometimes, you know, they're gonna have to make fun of some teams to further the plot. And you know, so I'm proud of all those guys for doing that every week in, week out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Eventually
we'll have our own lore tree set up.
Yeah.
On like a website.
Yeah, I think Tommy's working on that.
Yeah, we're doing like a Warhammer 40K.
Digital booklet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about this guy's fucking history again, being 1-5, because that's not gonna continue this week. He's not gonna win out.
I think the more that we say,
Excuse me.
1-5.
I think the Cereal Boys stopped this shit. Just like I just stopped you.
Hey,
No, go ahead.
There it is.
I'm just gonna say, the more we say 1-5 or whatever,
Yeah.
the more
it actually comes true. I think if we just
don't talk about
yeah,
it.
just
You're
don't
right.
talk
It's the
about
same
it.
thing with voodoo. The more everyone talks about voodoo, the more power you get.
It's really just a placebo.
Yeah.
So
those are the matchups.
I'm taking the Cereal Boys, by the way.
It's twice now.
Why do I keep forgetting
You
that?
keep cutting me off.
It's okay.
Sorry, Tom.
Shit zone. Yeah, shit
Shit
zone.
zone. Let's move on to the shit zone.
Ofer and Dingleberries.
Who's there?
And Mudrats.
And Mudrats.
Why
Can I get some numbers here? How I see Ofer's building a lead.
Yeah, so Ofer is at 648.02, the Berries are at 748.48, and
Exactly.
Mudrats are at 770.8. So I got 100.
Yeah, 100's a long time. The question that I have is, do we feel like Will can dig out of the hole?
Absolutely. I absolutely think so.
You think we're only into week 8? I mean, there is an
It's
opportunity
half the
to get
season.
out.
I mean, he keeps scoring 20 more points.
We saw Brayden drop all the way to second in the shit zone, right? Last year, and from being like a number 1 team. So anything
It's
can happen.
definitely possible. People can die every week.
Yeah. So I
Don't know
think
what's going on.
he's got to fight. He's got to fight.
It's so hard because at this point
He can't
he can't trade for anybody unless he just complete
utter
dog shit.
He basically
has to wait it out and hopefully one of his couple of his players can score
highly,
try and get some value off of those. But I think right now he's just in such a hole.
Yeah.
It might be GG's.
Is it Jover? Do you think it really is Jover for the agency? I mean, the playoff chances? Absolutely, right?
Oh, playoff? I mean, he's got a 1% chance still. So
I think that's out of the question. I think that's totally out of the question. But
I don't know.
Everything just looks really
Although
rough.
he did have
He did have a good week last week.
sorta.
I definitely think he could find his way out of the shit zone.
Yeah, he
Getting lucky,
He
getting
could make a couple
points.
trades. He could get rid of Bijan. I don't know about after last week, but he could do
He's
something.
very statistical. Guy works on spreadsheets all day. I'm sure he can cook up something.
Definitely.
I mean, we've seen it before. Not necessarily with teams in the shit zone, but we've had people in this league score 50 some odd points, and we've had people score 150 some odd points.
Dude, this guy's
so funny.
So it's definitely possible to make it up really quickly, or you could go little small bowl route. A lot of games left. So
I think
he has a chance. Would I bet on it? No. But I do think there's a chance.
Maybe if you were up 7-0, you bet on it.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means, but anyways.
Anyway.
Did you have a Rico worst managerial decision here?
Oh, we do have a worst managerial decision, and that goes to Jay Larson of the Taiwanese Dingleberries, I believe. For what would you start Deshaun Watson getting negative 1.8 because he's a little bitch and won't play the fucking sport?
Yeah, that's the worst thing he's ever done in his life was fucking score negative points and then have me lose. And leave the game like a fag. Please, someone else.
No, but he's a little soft boy, and he won't fucking play the sport, and he's probably going to sit out again this week because he's looking for excuses to get his $230 million without playing because it's guaranteed and it's the worst contract in the history of sports.
His hands were slippery from the massage wheel.
Yeah, there it is.
If I would have started Matthew Stafford, I would have won by a point. And I had him in all week until like 12:30.
Yeah,
It's a tough one.
that is a tough one.
Dumb.
Can't do that, man.
So
that was the dunce cap.
Yep, the worst managerial decision. Do we want to go into the games? Is that what's next?
Take a game break.
Sure, corner.
Oh, you know what? Let's do the Commissioner's Corner while we have people's attention.
Okay. Hello and welcome to the Commissioner Corner. I got something in the mail today. And you know what it said? It said you are invited to the RSL Flag Football Classic. Tell all your beautiful friends. Now, not all of you are beautiful, but you're still invited. It is the 5th annual flag football game at Opensat Park Freehold, New Jersey, so feel free to come by if you're watching. Saturday, November 25th, 2023, 1 p.m. Rain date, I'll keep you posted.
Fantastic. Looking forward to it. We've been practicing a lot. You know, I've seen the guys in the backyard tossing the ball a little bit. We've seen some guys complain about UCL injuries already. So it's getting a little bit dangerous. They're overworking themselves, but I think it's poised to be a good year. And we're averaging about 52 views on this podcast now that we put Taylor Swift in the title. So you're all invited, all of you guys who are watching.
One thing about that,
we need
everybody to
confirm if they're coming within a couple weeks. So just please.
We'll get that around.
Yeah, everyone, please confirm, and please tell us which friends you're bringing.
So we can make teams ahead of time.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift will be in attendance.
Yeah, she will be.
She will be there.
Yeah.
She's the halftime show.
There it is.
Anyway,
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show.
Whose line is it?
Whose line is it anyway?
That was just a guess.
That was just a guess. I had no idea this game was gonna happen.
Yeah. We're doing scenes from a hat here. I'm gonna pick a scene that we filled up this hat from the audience. There's a big audience behind the camera, and they gave me suggestions, and we filled this up. And then it's your guys' job to go up there and kind of do a little improv, funny haha.
This is tough.
Yeah, make sure you speak up, and I'll point this way for when you stand up, so this mic can pick you up. Anyway. Really good job folding this one.
That's the one that you're supposed to throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. Rejected team names for Christian.
Waller.
I barely even know her.
Nice.
Oh man. I think I'm gonna go with. Let me put the air on. My shitty afro.
That's a good one.
Two Christians, but they ain't my cousins.
But they ain't my cousins.
Very good. Good. All right. Moving on. Things you can say about Will's team and your love life.
why is it every weekend?
Nice.
That was pretty good.
I really can't ever get a win.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be fucking scoring.
Scoring for a while, guys.
A good one.
Things Frank's going to do at the flag football game.
Slam boy.
My ACL.
I went fishing last weekend.
Yeah, Florida's just really kind of nice this time of year. It's not really that cold as it is here, but Florida's really nice, and I really like Florida. I'm actually in Florida.
Yeah, well, I mean, I should be a receiver because I have big hands.
Moving on. Darshawn snowboarding.
I'm snowboarding. I've never felt your love.
Moving on. Things Matt says about Ohio and about his team.
Damn, there sure are a lot of Africans here.
I've seen that guy on a billboard.
This team needs LeBron.
This was my girlfriend's idea.
It's really not that bad if you
really look closely into it.
Why would anyone want to be here?
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Is that it? And that was Scenes from a Hat. Good job, everyone. I really should have put a soundboard here so I could put Anyway, everyone's favorite question of the week.
Halloween's coming up, guys.
And if I know anything about Halloween, it's that Frankenstein's monster is sometimes referenced during Halloween. So speaking of that, if you had to pick 3 players on your team to piece together and make a Frankenstein's monster out of, who would it be?
Alrighty, I guess I'll go first. So the goal here is to make the perfect football player.
Yeah.
So right. I'm definitely gonna choose Keenan Allen here for his pass catching abilities and his. It's huge.
Yeah.
He's also a very good route runner. Something Frank can't do. I'll just keep going.
Keep going.
And then Christian McCaffrey here. He's an amazing runner. I love him. The obvious thing. And then final. We are going to pick Taysom Hill because he's an athletic freak.
Taysom Hill on your team, though.
Okay. All right. Personally, I would have Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs have sex with each other, and then going on to the Frankenstein question. I would probably combine the likes of Garrett Wilson, great young, fit black man, and I would combine him with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think. They're just a young, fit, nice black man, half German, and then I would also combine him with Michael Pittman. Just really get that 3-headed monster of a wide receiver. Michael Pittman, known booty lover, known basketball player, known TikToker. I think he kind of brings the personality out, and I think we have our next coming, Calvin Johnson.
Nice.
What do you got? I would probably choose Trevor Lawrence's face because it's very rectangular and resembles that of Frankenstein in certain angles and light fragments. And then I would choose Derrick Henry for his calf muscles alone could probably hurt somebody.
He is the Frankenstein. Like, if you were to pick just one player in the NFL, he's Frankenstein.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, either that.
That's a good pick.
Him or Wanda.
Well, technically, he's Frankenstein's monster. Okay, I didn't want to say it.
Oh my God!
He was Frankenstein's monster.
Yeah, you're right.
And then I would choose Dalton Schultz because he looks like he
That's good.
I know you don't have a team in the league. But
Yeah, let me just pick 3 players.
Yeah, from a team, I'll just give it to you.
the cereal.
That's good.
Alright, hold on, let me just hold the cereal boy so Okay. So first I would take Brian Robinson for his ability to be shot or cover. That's important if you're a Frankenstein's monster because you will be shot at.
He's regenerative.
Yeah. Then I'm going to take Chris Olave for his driving abilities. We know he can drive fast, and that's important.
And he's not afraid to drive fast.
He's not afraid, and he's never gotten into an accident like some people. And then I would take Breece Hall for his do-rag. And that's it. Alright, so that's gonna wrap it up for the Rico Suave Late Night Show. But before we move on, do we have any sponsors, guys?
Oh man, we had a lot.
Okay.
This week sponsored by Young Sheldon on TBS. Great program, season 6 dropping soon. Make sure you catch that Wednesdays, 9 p.m. 8 p.m. Central. And we are also sponsored by That's So Raven. Sort of a mix of the 2 shows coming out on Hulu has live sports. Shout out them. We're sponsored by Nerf this week. Nerf is coming out with a new line of golf balls that will not go anywhere. But you can play with them. And sponsor this week is Wicker Baskets. They're really in style now. And there's totally not just a couple over here that I can see within my line of sight.
They can be used as firewood.
They're multi-purpose.
Yeah.
And we'd also like to give a quick shout out to Gary Coleman.
Thank you, Gary.
What's up?
Thanks, Gary. Hopefully we get you on next week. Anyway, friends, fans, fellow fantasy footballers, and all of you who tuned into the Rico Suave Late Night Show, Taylor Swift fans, Livy Dunn fans, Kai Cenat fans, and everyone we're going to clickbait today. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you all next year.
W Riz.